Sono pronto. C'è Vara che cupolino che ha! Kuma, grazie per i 100! Bro. Ma in basso a destra c'è l'angolo di piega. C'è l'angolo di piega, poi a partire da sinistra abbiamo la velocità nel GPS, gli RPM, la marcia. Cioè, bellissimo. Madonna! Quanto cazzo la butta giù? Madonna! Ma il quick quanto è bello! Gelà! E dai! Grazie per l'euro! Dopo ti guardo, ti faccio rivedere Intrighi e Passioni. Prima per oggi vediamo questo R6 Passioni. Bene, Danny! Madonna! Madonna, però! Questa ragazza... 16.000 giri! Addio! Madonna! No, me la sto imbattendo. Fra. Madonna, scusatemi. Madonna, ma... Il cupolino comunque è incredibile. moto per quanto è grosso. Brother, questo è bike shaming. You know? You know? Ecco. Ma poi non è vero. È proporzionato. Vabbè, Alex, manco a fa così. Cioè, mi lanci 2 euro e non mi scrivi nulla? E cos'è? Che sono? Un barbone che fa... che dorme in piazza? Potrei sembrarlo, sì, però... a meno scrivere un... Ciao, Muuso, to, tiè. To, comprati l'acquetta. Vatti a pulire, to, qualcosa. Grazie per i due, Topolino. Vero, Forest, verissimo. Un botto, Danny, un botto. Mamma mia. Che poi mi dà l'idea proprio di guidare con una tranquillità assurda. È vero o no? Proprio mi dà l'idea di guidare così, ma una passeggiatina, to. Oh mio Dio.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Some of you might remember that in early 2023 I purchased a 2022 Aprilia TUONO. It was the base bike, which is more of a touring version compared to the top spec factory model. First impressions with the bike were positive. Aprilia really figured out the settings for the traction and wheelie controls, which was really refreshing after coming from the speed triple. However, there were a few negatives that I noticed right away. I noticed that the bike was not too stable when landing small wheelies or accelerating hard, so I broke it in, changed the oil, threw some slick tires, and I was off to a track day. The first event was okay, really slow, getting to know the bike and not taking too many risks. The track was MSR Houston, which, if you're familiar with it, is quite bumpy and has a few cracks on the surface. So I normally dial it down regardless. Then I had a second track day, and this was a Harris Hill Raceway, which is a track that I very much enjoy. But even though it was repaved about 3 years ago, it has already developed some decent bumps and a big dip between corners 3 and 4. This isn't much of a problem when run clockwise, but on this event we were running it counterclockwise, which puts the dip right after a downhill and right in the way of a braking zone. At Harris Hill, my confidence with the bike started growing. During this event we had tons of track time, and if you know me, you'll know that I'll stay out there as long as possible. Consequently, I started getting a bit quicker, and as I started going over the big dip, I started getting a little bit of air. Still, the bike felt okay, and I think what I was doing is lifting my butt off the seat so I could take the jump. Then, this happened.
What the fuck?
As you can tell, that happened very quickly. I landed on the other side of the dip, and before I knew it, I was off the bike and sliding. Now what really saved me on this crash is that I actually landed on top of the motorcycle. Of course, as soon as the bike hit the grass, my surfing lesson was over and I found myself
Guarda
flipping
quanto è
a bunch of times.
volata!
I remember trying to keep my arms crossed across
Guarda
my
quanto
chest,
è
but I was
volata!
flipping so fast that the centrifugal force kept pulling my arms out. When I came to a stop, I remember laying face down, slightly raised on both my elbows. Everything seemed to be okay, but I still laid there just in case. Right after it happened, the track marshals waved the red flag and everybody was forced off the track. Sorry, boys. The track guys rushed down to me right away, and I was able to get up, walk, and get a ride off the track without issues. In the case of the Aprilia,
Fortunatamente lui non si è
well,
fatto male.
the Tuono did not fare that well. It's obvious from the video that he took a couple of big hits, but what the video doesn't show is that the guys who went to recover it were not even able to load it up into a trailer because the front wheel got pushed into the radiator and the bike would not move at all. The bike was eventually dragged out of the way, and then the guys waited until the end of the event when the track was cold to be able to recover it. As for me, I sat down in a chair under my canopy and had the rest of the day to reflect on my choices. I wasn't mad or disappointed. Instead, I was grateful and even a little surprised that I had came unscathed from such a crash. I had a bunch of guys come check on me, and then at the end of the day they helped
Sì,
me
la
load
ruota
up what was
davanti
left
si è
of the bike
piegata
into the back of
e
my
si è
truck.
sfondata dentro il
So that
radiatore.
was the end of my Aprilia chapter. I had crashed my BMW just a few weeks before that, so I found myself with two crashed bikes in the
Cioè, pensate che roba, 2 settimane prima si era sfondato con la BMW e adesso ha sfondato anche la sua Aprilia.
garage and a pissed off wife. I had to do a lot of chores and be a
Davidone,
good boy
grazie
for
per
a
gli
while
8.
before I was able to get me another XR. And well, you can see the videos of how that went after I
Oh,
did.
però puttana quanto
So that's it,
andava.
boys. 2023 was not a great year for me, and I had a lot of time to reflect and learn from my mistakes. I already knew the base Tuono was unstable when landing the front wheel, so I shouldn't have been taking any sweet jumps on it. I learned the painful lesson of running a worn front tire on the XR. Not spending the extra $200 costed me a lot more in the end. But of course, what's most important is our health, not getting injured so we can continue to enjoy our hobbies and our relationships. We see professional racers crash all the time, but us regular guys don't have a team of medical professionals or a team that put the bike back together, or trainers or physical therapists. Well, you get the idea. The whole point of track days is to
Sì, però
become better riders, so we avoid crashing.
vorrei
But
vedere
if
la
we're
moto
crashing more than
distrutta.
we're improving, then we might have to reevaluate our priorities. So I am hoping to be a better rider in 2024, and if everything goes according to plan, I should be able to do a lot more riding this year and upload more videos. Until then, I hope you guys stay safe and Happy New Year.
Ma comunque vecchio, c'è questa cazzo di pista, c'ha le crepe, è normale? Vabbè, è normale, è normale.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly.